welcome back to another Kred Studios Kredcast. I am your host, Crimson, also known as Crimson Kramer. You can follow my channel below. And today I'm finally here with my full crew of people for Kred Studios. Why don't you all introduce yourselves, starting from, I guess, Ricky, and then move on from there, because everyone knows Ricky.
Okay, so my name is Ricky, also known as Black Tie, on the YouTubes. And this here is...
Yo, my name is James. I'm also known as Wolf Fanatic on the Internet Frames.
There.
And I'm Tess. I'm Japan Freak 21 on YouTube.
Woo!
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck! And this is basically Kred Studios at its fullest capacity. And I'm very happy to have you all here, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm not joking. Also, this is for someone that I know who's out there, hashtag we sucks. They'll know this later on. And I'll let you guys know after this fucking podcast.
We suck?
Hashtag we sucks.
Yo, I do suck.
Alright. So, today's podcast is basically just about all the games that were announced for the Nintendo Switch.
Be it if we know or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was an array of games. We're going to start with, I think the most iconic, really, which is like the first one for Nintendo, which was like fucking ridiculous. Mario.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start with that shit.
So, Mario Odyssey, I was looking...
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, Mario Grand Theft Auto.
I saw a video of something like that.
There's DLC where you can hijack Yoshis and stuff.
Yeah, you specifically hijack and put your head in his brain.
Oh my god. Listen here. But I do know that they were interested in using the formula from like Mario 64. That's the equivalent. And that was my favorite Mario game of all time. Like growing up, that was it. You know? Yeah. But I like that kind of formula where you have the hub and you can just kind of access each world from that main base. So it's really interesting because like I know they tried it with Galaxy and Sunshine and all that stuff. Yeah. But there were different like elements added in, and it's interesting to see like, okay, the new element is the hat instead of like what's the pump and like. And everything
Super
like
Mario
that.
Sunshine had the pump, Galaxy had the whole
mushrooms.
gravity situation and the mushrooms.
You know, fucking black holes.
Yeah. I feel like they just got lazier, though, as it went on, because, like, you had Mario 64, which was just different immersive worlds and stuff. You have, like, you know, the snow world, the desert world, all that stuff. And then you have, like, Sunshine, where they were like, oh, okay, you're gonna jump into little ink blots. And it's kind of the same thing, but everyone's a fucking island person still. And it's kind of like almost the same kind of familiarity.
Everyone's an island person and I'm afraid of everything.
Exactly. Like, you know, and it felt like they didn't really change it up, the environment.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and then freaking Galaxy was just, you're in space. Everything looks the same.
Honestly, like, my opinion of Galaxy
Stars twinkle twinkle.
Yeah, basically.
My opinion with Galaxy, I actually really loved Galaxy when it first came out, because in my opinion it was not the fact of the 3D-ness of the game, but how it was controlled, what made the game, to me, Galaxy, to excel in comparison to what 64 and other. I remember in 64 it would be really limited by the camera controls itself. But going to the games like now, like especially the way Odyssey is going to look,
Yes.
that I'm hoping that the camera scheme is very relevant and really kind of close to Galaxy, because the only thing I didn't like in Galaxy is when sometimes the game would fix its camera, which in every Mario game, yes and no, that is a problematic. But most of the time, if the game has a free roam camera, everyone takes advantage of that, and it becomes, in my opinion, easy mode, where you can literally just look at something and go, oh yeah, I can just go left and avoid everything, because, you know, why not? Yeah. There's the end.
But it also opens up for like just a huge thing of exploration, and I think that's what they're trying to go back to. Is because now they have this whole massive, like the first thing they showed was a city, with people walking around and stuff, and the fact that you could be able to explore the whole city. I'm
not gonna lie, I'm gonna be really surprised and kind of excited to see exactly what they program for people to say, and to see if it's actually just a bunch of random text that they decide to give their citizens, or if it's actually things that people post online that could be people talking about the game.
That would be cool. Really cool.
If you think about it, like
that'd be really cool.
they're doing very similar to Wii U and everyone talking on a big hub. why wouldn't they change it into a game where everyone's talking in the city and you're playing your character walking around?
Kind of like in Smash Brothers, the Miiverse stage, where the comments come up and where
That's
Star
right.
Wars Episode 7 was ruined for me.
Oh
my god!
Yeah,
I'm
Miiverse
sorry.
is just a clusterfuck. It's kind of great.
Have you guys watched Episode 7?
Yes.
Episode 7 is
Yes.
one I'm thinking
He's
of.
gonna
Yes.
strap me down to a chair, so I have to force. watch
Yeah,
it.
she has
Alright,
to.
so
She has to
I
watch
won't-
all of
I
it.
won't say
No,
anything
you
about
have to watch it. We're gonna force you to the chair.
Why?
No, literally force.
It's company
We'll push
policy
you.
that you watch this
Eat a
movie.
whole bunch of tacos, and you're gonna be stuck in a room with me while you're watching it.
You have to watch Force Awakens,
Alright.
sit in the room with Ricky eating tacos.
I'll eat the tacos. He doesn't have to be in the room, and I'll just watch a movie.
All right, but getting back to the thing. Can we just talk about how Mario is like half the size? Like I thought I was short as a 5'7" male,
Mario-
but like Mario's like up to my kneecaps. If we were
Is
in
he-
the real world,
Hold on, because of that, is Mario not human?
no, see,
he's
no.
Italian.
He's like,
Short, fat, and stubby, and half the width of everyone?
what the fuck talking about? And,
God.
Going from a different YouTuber, Mario was put at like almost 5.9, and looking at this, it kind of makes it seem like the planet he's on isn't necessarily Earth, like even though it's got Earth qualities.
Yeah.
Because everyone seems to be either at the height with them, and Mario seems to be out of type. So either he is not in his own a different planet, what he's normally used to, or his planet itself, as gravitational pull made him 5'9" and his thing, making his height be universal to us. But when he got to this new planet, it seemed much different, and it would explain and how all the humans around can't do his abilities. How he can still jump around or jump over the cars, go through that,
And break the hood of the taxi car.
Yeah, it would explain his ability.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way Superman gets his power from the sun when he gets to only Earth. That kind of
Well,
thing.
well, we also have to take into consideration this isn't the first time that like Nintendo has gone to a city before. Think about Mario's Gone Missing. You know, that was even though that game sucked. It was it was still like Luigi was in a city looking for his brother and all that stuff. And even though a lot of people don't like to talk about the game, like it's still part of the Mario universe. And we should take into consideration like Mario's gone through fabrics of reality. Like he's gone to different dreamlands and stuff like that.
Sword the
Fucking outer
Galaxies.
space.
He's been to heaven, Star Heaven.
He's actually yes.
Yeah.
He's been to like
He's been to the Olympics.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's battled
talking hedgehog.
other people from different
Yeah.
dimensions.
Exactly. So they also like fabrics of realities with Paper Mario and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
it is totally possible that he's in a whole nother world just for this.
The thing is, though,
Exactly.
that the city that he's in is called New Donk City.
Well, there is another New York reference, isn't it?
But here's the
God.
other thing: all the streets are named after Donkey Kong characters.
Oh,
So there's like
yeah.
Cranky Boulevard,
Yeah.
Diddy Avenue.
If I'm not gonna lie. Right now, the only disappointment to the game right now is they don't have a street named Bananas.
Banana.
You gotta go on Banana Street, and there's
Banana
gotta be
Road.
one building that's a banana.
I hope like
The
the boss.
skyscraper's a banana.
I hope the boss of New Donk City is wearing Tim's and like a fucking snapback. And he's just like, "Yo, dead ass, I'm about to stop you out, son."
The funny,
not
unfortunately,
Get out of
they
here.
kind of showed the mini boss for the city, which is basically a giant robotic centipede. Although I would have loved it if the boss was just Donkey Kong on the Empire State Building.
Donkey Kong.
Yo, that
Donkey
would
Kong
be
Empire
dope.
State Building with Tim's.
Tim's.
Or he takes Tim's and throws it at you.
Yeah.
That shit's hard.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's a giant metal centipede.
Yeah.
Well,
we got multiple
well,
Tim's.
they missed an opportunity. But then again,
We still haven't seen most of the game. They just kind
Yeah.
of just showed.
who knows?
What's out
That
there.
actually may be a minigame or may actually be an Easter egg.
I really
don't
hope
know.
that
That
that's
would be
the thing.
really good.
But speaking of freaking caps, can we talk about the new
The
game mechanic?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
The hat
Oh my
mechanic.
God.
I think that this is something that should have been done a while ago. I love the fact that now he can utilize the hat. Because before, in like you were saying in Super Mario 64, he could lose the hat and you could run around the world without the hat.
Yeah, and it was just a little like funny thing that happened.
But now it's like you're it's actually nice to see him have some form of a weapon that isn't
Fireball.
not even just fireball, but like something that he gets just from that game specifically. Like, he gets the hose from
Or you are.
Yeah, like he just comes with a weapon himself now instead of just having to find one throughout the world.
The hose are exclusive to New Donk City.
Like, I would like to see him, like, if he gets the fireball ability, like, him able to throw the fireball or even combine it with the hat, so it's like a flaming hat, or, like, with the boomerang, like, it'll go in a circle rather than a straight line.
Yeah. Like, I'm forgetting the movie, but when the hats have blades in them, like something like that, where the fireball is incorporated with the hat, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
That'd be really sick, yeah. Oh, man. Mario gets a pimp power-up from New Donk City.
Honestly, I would love to see him actually get a hat to be, like, kind of more custom around him, because technically, Mario's never actually got any, like, being funny. Kirby's gotten the power up to make food, right? How funny would it be if Mario got a power up to make food, sell it to people on the street to make Koin, and like actually go on the entire routes of making pasta? And sit there like, see, that'd be weird, but it'd be funny to see.
And then he goes into a vacant place and makes it for rent, and it's just a pizzeria.
Did you just describe our ancestors? Like, what's happening right now?
It's and like that'd be the best part, and like the funnier part. Be like
Pizza Hat,
and there should be a hat that's a fedora, and he suddenly becomes a fucking mobster.
Yeah, like going back.
He
to
shoots fireballs as fast as he would shoot a Tommy gun. Like that would be sweet.
Yeah, and going
he just
back.
pulls out a gun.
Oh my god!
Break the wall.
Grand Theft Mario.
That would make it great. But going back to the hat mechanic, it would also be like interesting if. I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be incorporated into the game or if it's been showed or anything, but it would be really cool if maybe even there were some sort of upgrades per different parts of the game that you can add to your hat. Like, that would be...
You'd be like upgrading your hat specifically.
Yeah. Either that or even just finding like secret hats. Like, I mean... Like, I don't know, maybe he just pulls him out of his overalls and he has special hats. That'd be interesting.
Oh, they could even do that with Mario 64.
Yeah.
With the metal cap and the invisible cap and the flying cap.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can, they would totally bring that back. I would totally be down for
cool.
that.
Oh my god, if they brought the metal hat back in this game, I would just run into every single car. Run through the car.
But in all seriousness, I do hope they keep all the power-ups. Like, yes. I hope that you get the boomerang bros and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Those. The different kind of fireballs. Even Mario Boo. I really liked Mario Boo. That was dope.
Like, actually, I would love for the wings, the wing hat to come back, so I can fly up the skyscraper instead of. Particularly, it might be climbable. It probably is, but.
No, screw climbing.
Who would screw climbing when you can fly over the city?
Exactly.
Even like, I'd do that shit. That's the reason why I bought Spider-Man.
And do the quick whips, so it's just glitches the whole thing. I'm Spider-Man. This is my power. Yeah.
I literally swung so fast once that I flew so high in the city that I saw almost the entire map. It was fantastic.
Wow.
I took advantage of a glitch.
Spider-Man 2 is the best.
Oh, I got the Web of Shadows.
I did the same thing with Superman when that came out.
Superman 64.
Yeah, that's
Superman 64.
You know exactly where I was going.
Oh, it's the best game ever.
All right, now we're getting off topic.
Yeah. All right, well,
redirecting.
Redirecting.
Ricky, you're triggering me.
Hey. So the hat mechanic would be really cool. I know that you can jump on the hat. That's the thing that happens. I think that
sacrifice it like Yoshi.
Yeah, I think. Oh my God, Yoshi in New Donk City. Let's go.
Yeah, Yoshi comes up to you, slaps you in the face for all the times you fucking jumped off. It's like, bitch.
But what? You're riding down the roads on Yoshi, and you have to stop at a red light. And you're like, come the fuck on.
But I do know.
No. You're right on Yoshi. Yoshi's just like, I'm gonna flip you off. Fuck you.
But I do know that in like Mario 64, there were like different worlds, so there was like 8 worlds, I think, right?
Yeah, so far they showed a desert, a jungle.
A desert?
Yeah, a desert. And then a dessert.
No, a dessert.
They had a desert and a dessert world.
Damn,
dessert
son.
world.
But go on.
But also the other thing was that they showed Bowser with a hat. Because the whole thing that
he looked like a pimp, son.
Because the whole thing that I think the main story is that Bowser captured Peach and is forcing her to marry him. which is why
wow,
he's in
that's
the
surprising.
pink thing. Because before they show the hat
He hasn't
mechanic,
done that before.
they show him crushing Mario's hat and then throwing his. So
Okay.
I think that the hat, like the hat mechanic, is going to be a big thing in this game. Like Bowser has his own hat, kind of like in Super Mario 3D World, where he got the cat power up.
Yeah.
And he became just really a fucking giant tiger dragon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty cool fight.
That was pretty cool.
And then got the multiplier one, which was even more terrifying. Because you got 4 giant cat Bowsers climbing up the thing.
Yo,
It's just
son.
Super Mario Maker Bowsers.
Yeah.
Oh, they're everywhere.
We don't talk about Super Mario Maker. We're gonna trigger somebody over here. We're gonna be like, back in the Mario Maker days. Why are you triggering me, Ricky? Hear like war noises and stuff. Back when I was numb. Back when I was in Mushroom Kingdom.
that wasn't a fart, that was a soda.
Alright, we're saying
I'm gonna fart on a stream to make it loud and proud.
But yeah, no, so there was that whole thing done. What's any new kind of things that are introduced? So we have the hat checked down, we have New Donk City.
Explorable 3D world.
Yeah, explorable 3D world. The fact that they're bringing back the formula of Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy 2.
Definitely.
So I do like that. I do like how, like, when you enter a world, they have the different stars that you can choose, which they've done for all 3 of those franchises from Mario ones. Well, the Mario games. And I hope they do that with here, with like this new Mario game that's coming out. That would be kind of cool. But it would be interesting to see if they take it in a different step.
Well, that was the thing that they showed, is that he has basically a flying hat airship that he uses to get from place to place.
Wow.
So I think it's going to be, you start out in the city, you do what you have to do in the city, then you get the hat thing, and then you go to the next world. So I think it's basically like combining the elements of like, like the linear Super Mario worlds where it's like, you're on the map and then you go bloop, bloop, bloop. Kind of like, but it's like each level was part of that world, but it had its own theme. I think it's going to be like that, but with the aspects of like Super Mario 64 where it's open world.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to combine the 2 of those.
Alright, yeah. It kind of makes me think now, though. Considering the environments that we're in, I wonder how they're going to implement the traditional Mario enemies that everyone knows and love, or if they're just going to create new ones to fill the need. Because, everyone knows the traditional enemies, be it from desert environments to grasslands to even just straight up Koopas and Goombas.
They're just gonna give them hats. You're gonna have Goombas with hats running around.
I think that might be a thing.
The Bloods in the Crips Goombas.
Yo, the purple hat, the red hat, don't fuck with it.
Oh my god. Yo.
But being serious though, in the city environment, you gotta think, things like that wouldn't necessarily be seen around.
Yeah.
And like that kind of makes me believe you'll have new enemies that will be popping up in the future of this game.
Yeah.
Especially if they're incorporated into the city, so like some sort of, I guess, enemy car in a way. Like that would be cool. Like where it blends in.
It blends in and smashes shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
No, like
the,
they
the,
did
the,
do
the
something.
angry taxi driver that doesn't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Flipping you off down the road.
Well, that's the other thing, is that it looks like the people in that world are dressed like in like old-timey outfits, because you have the women's with the dresses and the weird-ass hats, guys with just suits and fedoras carrying their briefcases.
I think they were
it
trying
looks
to
very old-timey.
They were trying to emulate like Metropolis, like New York or like
very,
Tokyo.
Very like 70s and like
definitely. I don't know. That's more of the.
Well, nowadays you don't know, because like the style has just come back, like
That's
from
more
the 70s and 80s. Like everyone looks the same as they did back then.
But now there's more variety. You got people with their weird colored hats and the fucking hair that's like this, and
Yeah.
and
Maybe
that's
there's a
but that's
hipster
the
part
new
of the
norm
town.
That is
people are now showing individuality.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like why this game is sticking with those themes of the 70s, 80s to set Mario apart from everyone. Because if you have think of it like this: if you have a world of colorful characters just walking around, I mean, like, it looks nice, but it doesn't make the main focus of Mario.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I want to know what this character's about. I want to know why this person
get
has
distracted.
green ass hair and this and that. That's why they're grayed out too.
Yeah.
They look like the Wii Fit trainer. Like that's what they look like. It's just like a Wii Fit trainer, just not even polygon, but like the gray face and no like definitive facial features. It's just a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they gray them out so that way you could, focus on Mario and the city environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. And that's even why the city environment's the way it is. City environments are normally grayed out. They would be a gray or brick. Mm-hmm. And just those environments itself will make Mario stand out above the crowd.
Yeah.
I wonder if someone, if you could be a landlord and like someone doesn't pay their rent on time, you can just break all the bricks and like be like, this is what you get.
You bust through the wall.
This is what you get.
You bust through the wall collecting coins as you go through the wall.
you go to the floor below them and you hit all the bricks, you hit all the tiles underneath, and then it's like, oh, your now room is gone. This is now a 2-story house. Now increase the rent of this room while destroying the one upstairs.
Mario, fixing the economy one day at a time. Take that, Donald Trump.
But yeah, what are your guys' final thoughts on Super Mario Odyssey?
Not gonna lie, it's a game that's definitely gonna be a game changer for the Mario series. It's gonna change exactly what his definition of his kind of game is, and that's what I can't wait to see.
Yeah. From my perspective, I think it's taking a little more of a nostalgic point of view, like where they're bringing back that old formula, like we were talking about before. They're just adding more variety to it. Not saying that it's like old and boring and familiar. Sometimes Nintendo's really good at bringing back familiar things. That's what they specialize in.
Sometimes
they're very.
Sometimes the old don't need to change.
Yeah. No, don't fix it if it ain't broken. But really, like they specialize in stuff like that, where it's like, oh, we can take this and just make it even better. And then we're over here like, my mind, what? But yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it'll be good.
Alrighty.
I think it's gonna be interesting because then you're gonna have like diehard fans who love everything that has happened from beginning to whatever's happening now. And then you're gonna have the people who only like the newer stuff, and then you're gonna have the people who only like the old versions and the old mechanics. So it's gonna be. I feel like it might be on the fence, but that's also with every game that has any kind of series about it, where you're constantly adding or bringing back new and old. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to play out. Yeah. Because there's just so many different factors of this game that people are going to either love or hate or just kind of be about. So that'll be cool to watch.
And basically, just I think we still have a lot to see about the game. They've only shown so little of it. We haven't seen any of the power-ups, so I really look forward to seeing how they will handle power-ups in the game. Will it be like Super Mario 64, where you get the hat and then you have a limited time to use it, or would it be a permanent ability until you get hit?
I would honestly hope for the ability to have a hotbar kind of thing where you can interchange your hats. But I'm kind of seeing more of a limited route with the time span of certain power-ups, especially in the city environment.
Yeah. Alrighty. I think the next game that we should talk about is something that has also been announced for like a couple years now, which would be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Which is something that I'm very excited for.
Honestly, I'm not the biggest player of Zelda. Like, I've played, and mind you, maybe I haven't beaten all the games. But when I looked at Breath of the Wild, that completely threw me off the game of what Zelda was, and just took me in a new direction and made me immediately say, this game is going to be great, just by the promo.
Yeah.
And speaking of Breath of the Wild, it left me breathless. It was so beautiful. Yes,
breathless. I'm just trying to get over that.
He's not wrong.
Like, did you see the promo when you could climb the temple? That to me, I was like, you still oriented back the old, brought it back into new, and made everyone feel nostalgic for a ruin.
Yeah.
Plus, the other thing is that I'm really liking is the weapon system. Ain't straight up just shield and sword anymore. You can use a spear or a hammer, a two-handed great sword.
You can change your armor. You can actually decide.
Yes.
fuck it, I want to be a fucking knight.
Yeah, that's what I really like. It's like, you could be a Knight Link, where you have more defense and this and that, or you could be like, freelance Link with the tunic and this and that. I really want to see them incorporate.
Or Ranger Link.
Yeah.
Fucking everyone's excited for Link Souls.
Link Souls, let's go!
Link Souls announced 2017.
His classic green.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that anymore.
I have a feeling that, honestly, his specific tunic will probably be either some kind of, not even Easter egg, but something you unlock to find, and something you have to specifically go for. Like the Master Sword, for example. I'm pretty sure it's not in the temple. Really doubt it.
Yeah.
But, speaking of, Link's been through time before. Mm-hmm. He's been scanning through time. Who's to know if he runs into himself? Who's to know if the sword is just laying somewhere from somewhere he forgot?
Well, that's like from Twilight Princess, where you fight that one specific knight that's supposed to be Link from the from a while ago, and this is him now, but they don't call him Link. He's just a knight, but he trains the current day Link that you're playing as.
Exactly.
That's some eerie shit.
Plus,
though.
the thing is that when they showed
that, that doesn't make sense. It's just eerie.
Because when they showed the Master Sword, it's rusted. It's not brand new like they always show it.
It's not nice and pristine like what you always see.
Mm-hmm. Plus, within the new trailer, which by the way has English voice acting.
Oh my god!
Again, breathless. It's let me tell you a story that happened 1,000 years ago. Which 1,000 with the evil Ganon, which means that this is gonna be the most current day Zelda that takes place in the current time. Because with all the Zelda, everyone's saying Skyward Sword is technically the first in the chronological order because they started out as sky people and then they fell to the earth.
I can see what you're going on there. Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna they're gonna incorporate all of the older Zeldas. I definitely feel that that's gonna happen. That we're gonna, they're gonna tell the story of Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time. That they're gonna have these hints and shout outs to these landmarks,
as their own legends in a way.
This is what led up to this, and this is why the Master Sword is this. And
speaking of the Temple of Time, I would love to see a landmark of each and everything, just to be yes, I played through that kind of thing.
Plus that leads to how the world is, because everything is pretty much ruins. It's not pristine
anymore.
It's not a pristine world. It's very broken down. There's the one scene where Link's climbing up what looks to be a church looking thing, but it's covered in moss and stuff. Maybe that was the old castle of Hyrule. Or it looks, I definitely feel we're gonna have some hint of one of the past games within this game.
Yeah.
Plus the English voice acting, I cannot wait for.
You seem very hyped for the English voice acting.
Yeah, because the thing is, will Link have a voice, or will he just be silent?
They have to keep him silent. They have to. No, without a doubt, he cannot speak.
That'll just be a huge game changer if they actually made him speak, though.
That's the whole point of this game, though. This whole game is literally taking Zelda and exactly what you were talking about with Mario and giving that boost. Giving Link a voice would change everything.
Plus, I think it goes back to what you because the thing with Link, I'm sorry to cut you off, is that Link is supposed to be you. That's why you can name him.
Yeah,
is that and I think they definitely personify this game with that idea to the fullest of being able that you can customize Link more than just this tunic protects him from fire, or this tunic he can breathe underwater. It's now you can have armor, which is defense. You can have lighter armor for being more agile. You can use a spear. You can use a hammer. They're not focusing on the main sword and shield and whatever tunic that gives you abilities type thing. They're focusing on the fact that you can make your Link you. So I don't want them to see an English voice to Link, but I will be. But I am open to the idea of giving him a voice.
Honestly, I am very open to the idea, more along the lines because if you think about it, if they might be a ruin, but there has to be some kind of civilization that's making what he's doing. Because let's be honest here, one man in the wild. This ain't like Minecraft where you just fucking draw everything out of the world. Mm-hmm. There's got to be something what's drawing the iron to make these weapons. It's something that a blacksmith specifically who's forging the weapons to make them look the way they do. Mm-hmm. He's not just finding them.
Well, that's the other thing, is that they do have weapons that you can find.
Yeah, of course. There's going to be weapons you can find.
Yeah.
But but you can't tell. It's kind of hard to say that you find a weapon as pristine as some of the ones that were shown in the preview that were found. Mm-hmm. Because everything else you've seen so far has been overgrown, it's been in ruin. You'd find something brittle. And that's, mind you, we don't know Link's actual skill. Yeah. We don't know if what he can do. Mm-hmm. For all we know, he could be a master blacksmith, and he could just know what the hell to do. Yeah. But I have a feeling that this place is going to have a town or some kind of city away from the norm, away from what is like just kind of to lose their touch. That's going to be where the voice acting comes in. That way you can actually converse with what's going on in the environment. You may not speak 100% of the time, but I feel like the voice will be more of a cutscene based kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would kind of be like how they're doing it in Pokemon now, where originally you hardly ever talked if
you don't.
Like you don't physically talk, but I mean now there's little chat bubbles that you can select, and I mean
exactly.
When they first came out, it was maybe just a yes or a no, just to confirm if you want this or that. So it might be something like that where you're gonna, instead of Link getting a physical voice, you might just be able to select different commands for this.
Honestly, even that I'd be okay with it, because in throughout all of Zelda you didn't.
I don't think he should have an actual physical voice. I think that it should be something where it's along the lines of a chat bubble, because it just goes with him. He never talks.
Yes, it's like throughout the entire his story, his story especially, everything's very linear. Well, throughout all the Zeldas, there's a couple little changes, but everything's very linear and everything's got one track. If you get more diversity with choosing in this game, it's definitely going to be a cog. It's going to be a stone in the cog. It's going to change everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's actually going to give him the ability of free will. Yeah. Which, mind you, is what we did feel while playing Zelda, but even more so now if we get to choose everything.
Well, what Miyamoto was talking about, like when he was talking about this new Zelda, he was referring to the old one, which was like the very first one, where it's like that sense of adventure and like.
Even if that was 8-bit, you still felt.
Yeah, no, but he was saying that, like, that's the kind of open world that he's going for. Where, like, I don't know if you guys have played Zelda 1, but I played Zelda 1. Yeah. And it's like, that's a huge map. Like, you can get, it's ridiculous. I map. Yeah, and, like, even being, like, a little kid, like, playing it, it was just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know where I am. Like, I had to refer to guides and stuff like that.
Being funny, as a kid, I actually missed the first cave, so I never got the sword as the first thing. I ran around not being able to fight for a little while.
That honestly killed my whole love for Zelda, because I played that game and it started out awesome and I loved it, and then I got lost in the map and I'm like, fuck this, I'm done! Yeah. And I really wish that didn't happen, but I'm just like, oh god, I can't.
Well, it's...
5 year, like, however old me just hated it.
It was, they kind of bring it back to like, how Zelda 1... I know I was joking before about Link Souls, but honestly, like, how Dark Souls does not teach you anything.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting from this
From
game.
Zelda 1, that's the kind of thing. If they're doing Zelda 1 in modern day, like, with all the technology that they have, and mixing, like, Ocarina of Time with the first Zelda, that's basically what they're doing.
Not even trying to be funny. It's a perfect comparison, honestly, with Soul series and Zelda right now, because of how much adventure you feel. Mind you, Souls maybe you can find... kind of like the way the old Zeldas were. But as soon as you get foot into that world, you feel the limited types of where you can do, what you can do. Your character is you. Everything you do is you because you chose it to be. And that's what I'm kind of getting at with this game. And like, I would love, honestly, to see all different things. Like, one thing I'm kind of afraid for, honestly, in Zelda, is survivability. Because... I'm kind of wondering: are they going to bring in hydration as a thing? Are they going to bring in a hunger meter?
That would be cool.
Are they going to bring in the fact that if you stay in the sun too long, will it exhaust you faster? Mm-hmm. Like things like that. That makes me think more, because then also the variants of armor become a fragment of what's going to go happen. If you wear heavy armor all the time, who knows? Maybe you won't be able to travel areas fast enough, but who knows? You won't get exhausted quicker.
I don't think they'll do something like that. Because think about also the demographic that they're aiming for. You still have that kid kind of population.
Because it's also like with Skyward Sword, they had the stamina meter,
and everyone hated it.
Sucked because you were only able to climb so high. In this game, it clearly seems like you can climb forever and be able to do so. So I don't think that they're gonna have that type of element from what they showed. Maybe like if you're in the desert and you're wearing armor, it might be he might have a this is hot. I can't wear this in the desert, and you might have to forcibly change your outfit to a less armor and more shade covered style of wear.
And they did that in like Ocarina of Time with like when you entered on top of the mountain, and you went in there and you needed the red tunic to go and get in, so you couldn't wear that. So there was different things. I hope they bring back like special clothes and stuff like that, armor that you can use.
I just hope that it's not like it has to be specific to what it does. It's like you don't have to wear this one article of clothing for the desert, but you just can't wear heavy set armor in the desert because it's hot, it's heavy. You're gonna sink in the sand, you're gonna overheat. So maybe a tunic where it's like a t-shirt, or like how people in the desert, how they have the turbans and the cloaks and stuff to keep them shaded. Maybe they'll do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
But definitely for Breath of the Wild, though, I'm definitely excited. Like you brought up earlier, the weapon system. Definitely excited for that. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to bring back the way, because they're going to bring in kind of a targeting system the way they did in the past, where they make it focused on that, or if it's going to be actual action timing and worry about what's going on. Because remember back when the Z targeting, the whole thing was focused on that.
Yeah.
And mind you, I may have been a patient player and know how to wait for it, but some people really hated the fact that they had to literally sit there for a minute and wait for the enemy to be vulnerable.
Well, I feel like with the technology, we have to also remember the N64 only had the one joystick. You didn't really have camera control. Now we have the 2 joystick setting where, we have free control of the camera, where I feel like Z targeting will be an issue as much as it was. Yes. Plus, with the different weapons that you can use, I'm pretty sure, this guy blocks, take out the hammer. This person is quick, use your sword and shield, or if this person attacks from a distance, you have your spear. Yeah. I think that the weapon system is going to add a different element with the Z targeting.
Well, they've always done that. Like when you get the boomerangs and stuff like that, like the secret weapons for each thing.
Screw the bats.
Yeah, right. I just wonder how that's going to work too. Like because they have to have bow and arrow and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they definitely have a bow and arrow.
They have showed everything.
But that was the other thing. When you use a bow and arrow, I guess when you draw it, time slows down, so you have time to aim now. So you don't have to...
so it's bringing a Shadow Motor element. Yeah. In my opinion, because that's one of the only games I've played that when you look down the side of the boat, everything slows to almost a crawl.
Yeah. And it's second person view, right? Not first person.
It's third person.
It's third person. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know my person.
I don't think I've ever seen a second person game.
That'd be interesting.
That's like...
that's
like Paper Mario. That's like in the in-between.
Okay.
That's my opinion of that.
No. Isn't second person's like Resident Evil 4 kind of?
No.
Third? No. Hold on, guys.
Isn't second person?
Uncharted is like third person.
No,
it's like a godly view where you just see everything,
right? It's
like
a 2D version. It's kind of like that's because it's kind of going like that kind of version.
All right.
We're gonna go and investigate this stuff.
Later date.
Yeah. Later date. We'll upgrade with our next podcast. We found out, guys.
What about the 4th dimension?
But yeah, to sum up Breath of the Wild, I definitely think that they're bringing back the one issue that I didn't. It's not an issue, but I think they should have added it was from Hyrule Warriors. They had the DLC character, which was the female Link, which I felt like was gonna be why are they making a female Link in a game that's Dynasty Warriors? There is no reason to add her in that, but I felt like it was gonna be an Easter egg to lead into Breath of the Wild to where you can make Link either a guy or a girl.
Well, now that would be fantastic.
That's the answer to everyone's questions.
Is
Zelda
honestly
is Zelda a girl?
Well, that's the thing. Not all the time that Link has to fall in love with Zelda and vice versa.
It actually, if you want to be technically kind of funny about it, in all the previous games of Link being a child, mind you, different from the games when he is older, you at that age, you can't physically tell unless you look at the genitalia.
Yeah.
You actually will be able to tell. For all we know, Link could be female.
Yeah.
In some of those games.
Very true.
And it would also explain why Zelda kind of has a kinship with you in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes intuition is a thing. But that's getting into a whole different topic.
I thought he just got friend zoned a lot.
Link is the definition of friend zone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just, like I said.
At least
like,
Mario gets a cake. Jesus.
And it fits in with the whole non-voice acting thing, because he could just be either a very skinny boy or a very flat-chested girl. You don't know.
You don't know.
Especially because in this game, he has a man bun looking thing going on.
I'm not gonna lie.
Is Link a hipster?
I'm not gonna lie. I was okay with the... honestly, I would love the fact that if you could customize hair, for example. Same thing. That would be interesting. It would make the experience even more so that you chose everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, I would like to see them... I hope maybe they still have time, but I'd like to see, female Link or male Link. That kind of would have been another good feature to add to the game, but it's not going to make me hate the game if they don't add it.
Definitely not.
I just feel like with what they do with Nintendo, what they do with their games, it would just make sense. Like, oh, here's a female Link for this game. Oh, it'd be great to have her have a female Link in a regular game. Oh, look, it's a female Link.
Exactly.
Well, I think they've always made Link very flamboyant, but I think what they're doing here is I think he is a guy because the way that Zelda falls into your arms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When she's you have to help and all that stuff, and she's calling out to you and all that. It just seems more almost like that.
The traditional kind of story,
Yeah, almost like a Miyazaki film, almost like a Studio Ghibli kind of film. Or even the straight up Disney films, the straight up how it kind of falls into place. Everything falls with it. Yeah, well, I say Miyazaki because it's more dramatic, what we saw in the
not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored. Yeah, and it's more dramatic in the trailer and stuff. So it's it looks intense. Can we talk about that too? How epic it looks story wise.
Oh yeah,
it looks really intense.
Yeah. Again, bringing back to what I said at the beginning, breathless. That's what it leaves you.
Not a single trailer of Breath of the Wild has left me with what the fuck, like a bad what the fuck is this feeling.
It's always a good what the fuck.
It's left me with a holy shit!
Holy shit! Give me the game right now! Put that shit.
Take my money! You just throw your wallet at the TV or the computer.
You throw your console, hope it installs.
Then you have to buy a new 4K TV.
$600 arbitrary.
But no, it definitely does seem very intense, and I thought Twilight Princess was the most crazy in-depth story, but this looks like they're gonna do just as good.
Honestly, I'm kind of hoping that the story of this game doesn't fall in the path of kind of a narrow line of being completely linear to what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. I kind of hope it kind of goes in the Majora's Mask kind of route, where you don't know the story until you find it yourself out. Mm-hmm. Not the fact that you want to talk to every single living being in the game and find out everything, but you go into the game and it's the game says, oh, here's your environment, here is you, here's how you play the game, go. Because if you want to be thinking about it, if this is supposed to be the aftermath, this is theorizing, this is supposed to be the aftermath, who's to know that you actually know what happened? Who's to know you know anything about anybody?
Mm-hmm. Link Souls.
But who's to know you know about anything like that? That's why I would say I would love for the fact of going to the game to learn exactly what's going on, but not to be so linear to the point that other Zeldas were.
Yeah.
The only Zelda to me that wasn't linear was the first game.
Mm-hmm.
The very first game. That game I was like, okay, cool, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What do I do?
But yeah, my final thoughts on it is that it's just gonna be a very good game, and I can't wait to play it.
Definitely.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad about it. I'm just very excited for it.
Well, I think that there's a lot for us to like see, and I don't want to be. We can't say that for a fact because I just don't want to get my hopes up too much, and then it's like
Yeah, you don't want it just to be No Man's Sky.
Exactly. So we have as gamers
triggering me.
we just have our guard up.
Trigger this podcast.
It's okay. No Man's Sky was
What's
a
your record?
What's the record? Probably 6.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I think so far this is just since it's only the 3rd podcast. I think 3 has been the record.
Oh, so we beat it. We did it.
Yeah.
No, we're up to it.
Well, technically, if you hit it, still kind of.
Okay.
Fuck it. Anyway, next topic.
This is gonna be like I think the next couple of games at this point because those are just the 2 main games. It's after this, it's just a speed round of like what's out. Like Splatoon 2, Splatoon but 2.
I was honestly speaking of Splatoon, I didn't find it as amusing as everyone else.
I played it and then I'm like,
I thought it was alright.
This isn't a shooter.
No.
It to me sounds. It's more of just a take control of the map kind of game. That's exactly what it is. You're like, okay, I like my color. Fuck your color.
Yeah.
And then you use your abilities to exert dominance.
Yeah.
And then destroy your enemy.
Yeah.
That's literally what that game is.
I originally thought it was just going to be, like, when it first came out, my brother wanted it, and I was like, this is so stupid. Why are you doing this? And then, I played it, and it was fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It was something that I could just, it wasn't like a Call of Duty game where I'm, like, yelling at the TV and just being like, fuck you, you asshole. It was just...
Fucking campers!
Exactly. It's...
Fucking Splatoon camper.
But it's
like, it was just something that was fun. It was like, it is a take over the map kind of game, and... it's something that you can be competitive about, but it's not going to really, like, push you over the edge, I feel like. And, there are fucking Splatoon campers. I don't know how that happens.
It's called people don't know how to play the fucking game.
Yeah, but, how I originally thought of it compared to how it was after I played it, I thought it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting the game's, like, actual overall impressiveness.
Cole's dying.
No. Who can cover the map in the most jizz?
Oh my god!
The most colored jizz.
This went from PG.
We are
to PG-13.
It took me
Welcome.
because I'm thinking of like,
We are totally professional,
like
guys.
the sniper one, and she charged it. And it's like,
Yeah,
Don't lie to the audience.
Just
We are
cover
not
everyone
professional.
in a
Oh my
straight
God.
line of. Oh,
I'm so glad they don't have the color white in the game.
So dumb.
The jokes would never end if the color was white.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
we might see that in Splatoon 2. They might
Oh.
just
More like
God.
Sploosh Tune.
Oh.
I need to stop.
Yeah, no, like.
Or you're a red light.
Yeah,
so
no,
you need to
speaking of
stop.
Splatoon, don't go to the fandom. Don't. Just if you are the fandom, I'm sorry.
Just
I am
something
sorry.
to add about the whole like Splatoon thing is that now they're making their online pay. You have to pay.
That's
that
really
sucks.
shitty.
No, that's ridiculous.
For a game of that nature, that's no.
No, you can't
Like-
do that.
Especially when the whole game was based off of playing with people online. You can
It's-
just taking that out.
It's like let's go back to Call of Duty, like you said. It's like playing Call of Duty, except not being able to play multiplayer because you have to fucking pay for it.
Yeah, that's
It's-
insane.
But I really hate that they do that because Pokemon has become such a thing, like on the 3DS, where you play like you're meant to play with people online.
Yeah.
If they implement that with like if they add a new Pokemon game and they have to implement the play to online, I would never play it.
Honestly, no. The only time I ever played a Pokemon game was play online is Pokemon MMO, but that won't become a thing because motherfuckers don't want it.
Yeah.
Until Switch comes.
Hashtag angry.
Well, that's why we might get that with the Switch. We don't know. No.
He put period, not going on console. Handheld only.
Well, Switch is handheld.
Very true.
Don't make me flip the stable.
Oh, God.
Seems like
But,
you're the triggered one.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, with Splatoon, it seems like a very like simple idea, like we were
Very
talking
simple.
about before.
But
But Nintendo's always been really good at that. What about the new game Arms? That looks simple as fuck, but it's probably going to be really awesome.
That looks cool. I like the whole idea. It's like boxing with phone cord arms.
Mr. Fantastic
God.
boxing.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah,
It's
basically
it's very
like,
colorful too.
yeah.
Colorful games get me good.
They have and that's the other thing is like you can play as these different characters and they have different functionalities. Like you have your main guy and girl boxer that just like the whole thing is that you're basically boxing but with stretchy arms, and you can you can move your arms the way that you want.
So it's kind of like Monkey D. Luffy into boxing.
Pretty much. It's
Okay.
it's basically
Yo,
Monkey D. Luffy the game.
Yeah.
Luffy boxing.
Yeah.
Don't miss.
It was motion controlled, right?
Yeah, it was motion control.
Yeah.
This is the Nintendo talk about. Motion control is made for the longest run.
Yeah. Now I think that from all the success that Wii Sports had,
Yeah.
is like Wii Sports was the highest, like one of the highest selling games for the Wii. Honestly, it has to be.
Yeah,
It's
the
like-
highest selling because it came
came
with
with
the
the
damn
game.
game.
Yeah, no, well, I'm
Game,
saying
and it was
that like,
fucking good.
yeah, well,
Except for
yeah.
golf.
Except for golf.
I
Golf
loved
sucked.
golf.
No.
Oh my God.
Hole in
I
ones for
like
days.
I
What
like-
the fuck?
What? Played 18, scored 18. I just can't seem to miss. Hawkeye reference.
But yeah, no, like even the Nintendo's adapted with everything. Like what I was talking about, the demographic that Nintendo aims for. Like they aim for more family-based stuff. Cause like with the Nintendo, with the Wii Sports, that was in nursery homes, like for like older people. And
Yeah.
stuff
Well,
like
that's
that.
the other thing is that
Yeah,
ARMS is only meant for it looks like it's only meant for online play because you have to play with both controllers.
Yeah, imagine fighting your grandma like.
But
over
that's the
fucking-
thing. I feel like ARMS isn't the one that's
Your
going to
grandma
promote
dicks you.
that. I think it's that other game that's coming out, the whatever Switch game
like
is
I'm
coming
5 years
out,
old again.
Will promote the more people in a room style of family play. But back to ARMS, it looks really cool, and I think it's going to be a really different style of fighting game where it's motion controls online.
I'm afraid for the online latency. Every online game has to go through the latency battle, and latency with a boxing game may be hell. Especially if it's the way it's seeming to be.
But I mean, like, you have different characters. You have this one guy who's basically like a big hulking mummy-looking guy with bigger hand gloves, so like he'd probably be more powerful but slower.
So
They have a ninja guy.
Sandman,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
They have a ninja who's like his boxing gloves have like little ninja stars, so they like have like I guess like a little wider of a area of hit.
His
and
boxing
can,
like
curve
started,
them.
so he's deadly as fuck.
There's another girl with like that she's just in a robot suit and doing it.
Yo, God damn it, Diva, get the fuck out of the game.
She kind of looks like Diva a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's Nintendo being like, you're co-op about Blizzard.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it looks good. I really don't have anything else to say on it. They've only shown so much, but like it's whatever.
Yeah.
There's the other game that's coming out. It's like the 1-2 Switch or whatever, which is just a bunch of mini games, but you play with other people.
Essentially Wii Sports.
Yeah, that's what it is because
Yeah.
the thing that they showed it with was like a quick draw game, which brings back to the old, like the NES with the gun games. Like they had the dog hunt, but they also had the quick draw game. So like it brings that back to where it's like draw, yeah, and you gotta click. That's the thing. You have to hold the remote like that and then lift it and shoot.
Speaking of that, you remember the Kirby draw games?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was hard when you got to later stages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you fuck up, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not gonna lie. I would hope that draw game is not just like a shooting style. I would love for it to do that same route like Kirby's one had, where you had to be faster than your opponent.
Well, that's what it is. It's that you have to click the button faster than the other person does.
Yeah.
But they have a bunch of other games, like they showed Kendo,
Oh,
and then just a
skip
bunch
that.
of other different mini games too, which looked really interesting.
Yo, the Wii, that was Wii Sports Plus that had Kendo as well.
Yes.
yeah, that
which
was cool.
Wii Sports Resort
Resort, thank you.
that
Oh,
had the
God.
Motion Plus thing to it.
Yeah.
That to me was very fun.
When that came out, I
Yeah.
had no money. That I really wanted that.
That was a good one. But
you know what I hope they don't do? Another Wii Fit. Please don't.
Oh God, no.
Please don't.
let's know.
I like being unfit. Please don't make me have to get fit.
I actually like the
I
Wii
am
Fit,
fat.
to be honest.
There were
No. My favorite game on the Wii Fit, honestly, was the Lotus Candle game, where you literally sit still
yeah.
and have to not move at all.
I mean, I like
And then, because my family, I was the only one who went above 30 seconds sitting there. Like, not 30 seconds like fast, that slow counting 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I sat there for 2 minutes, just in the zone.
Yeah.
I like the skateboarding one.
Yo,
But I also liked I liked the jogging
the skiing
because it was nice to
Yes.
jog across the whole island.
Yeah.
Or the bicycle one. I like the bicycle one
Bicycle
too.
one's cool.
Yeah.
I liked
Bicycle I cheated at.
Oh my god, you asshole.
I took the fucking thing. I went spat my arms real quick, and I went really quick.
Yeah, I liked the balance games because and all the yoga and stretching because I personally don't like yoga. I don't enjoy it, but I did see my posture get better and my back sucks. So I probably should start using that again.
Yoga is honestly best for backs.
Yeah, we'll be like that guy.
You may hate
gym.
it, but it definitely is better. No, the gym's not the best place for a back.
No, do you remember the yoga guy at the gym?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Who
Backwards.
smelt his own asshole?
Oh my god!
He basically tasted it. He was like, "Oh, what is this,
Guys.
Again, off topic, but
Did I say PG-13? I meant M for mature.
Welcome. This went from the Kredcast to the Triple X podcast.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. Speaking in fighting games, just like last but like not least, can we talk about Street Fighter 2 Ultra?
Yes, please.
Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. Sorry if that was loud.
That spike though.
Oh,
We're okay. Anyway.
oh,
Yeah,
nostalgia to the fucking max.
Yes.
I just want to say, I love Street Fighter, and Street Fighter 2 holds a special place in my heart. So, I'm very happy.
Being new to the Street Fighter franchise as I am, I've always been a more Mortal Kombat person when I was playing fighting games growing up, because I was never honestly good at pulling off combos. In Mortal Kombat, you could just kind of spam just straight up punches and win.
Me.
Yo, it's good stuff. But but eventually over time I've got better at doing stuff. So when I started playing 5 and I realized, oh, I can actually do the things that they think they're not possible anymore. The whole game unlocked to me, and I was like, this is fan-fucking-tastic. I don't know why I didn't actually put the effort to do it before. I mean, it blew my goddamn mind.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's old 2D style graphics.
Yeah.
With better, it's the same. I can't really explain it. It's just newer graphics for the older game, but it fits with it so well.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a hashed out like what they did with Third Strike, where the only thing that they added to it was that the 3D background elements. That was like, this is straight up, they redid everything from the ground up, but made it feel the same.
Yeah,
like, you have the classic looks, but with the old style game, and it just looks very well done. And the fact that you could switch between the two,
you could definitely see the amount of care that they put into the pixel work of each and every character.
It's their 30th anniversary. They're gonna take care of their franchise.
I've seen some people with anniversaries that just didn't mount up to what the fans were expecting. But the way they put as much work into the pixel art of each and every character, and even the backgrounds, that is dedication. Yes, mind-boggling. It's the fact that they took the pixels from back then and were able to refine them to such a point that it looks so smooth on the nowadays TVs and nowadays systems so it doesn't look pixelated as you're playing. And mind you may be a fan of the old style look, and like you said, you can swap between both looks, so you can always get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Exactly. There are a lot of people that refer, like I know one of my friends, he's a real Nintendo enthusiast, but like the old first Nintendo, and for the Nintendo Mini, that one that just came out recently,
that barely anyone could buy.
Yeah.
Oh god, number 4.
Ricky, you're fucking triggering me. What the hell are you doing?
Triggercast.
We don't talk about the NES Classic. We don't talk about the NES Classic.
Does this count as 3?
I love you, Cole.
No,
Did that count as 3 in 1? Like,
no, maybe.
But
I think it was just all one long trigger.
I know you can refer like back to like the HD and like newer pixelated stuff to like the RTV or something, RTC or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Cable kind of graphics, and just it's cool how they can do that. That's what it reminds me of.
It's the same like when you buy the stuff off of the eShop, and how the graphics look good, even though they're pixelated. If they don't cop it out.
yeah.
And like I'm glad that they don't do that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
Plus with the addition of, because now you can play as Akuma straight from the beginning.
Good.
And also, they have Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, who
Which,
are technically
honestly,
supposed to be easier to play. So you're going to see a lot of first-time people playing those characters.
Yeah.
Wasn't
that
Evil
would be
Ryu
me.
like difficult to play as?
He was basically Ryu, but with Akuma elements. He could do the dash, and he can do, I think, the second Fireball, which is just the stronger one.
Got it.
Well, they're based off of the anime movies. Like Street Fighter 2, the animated film, the original one. Ken gets brainwashed by M. Bison. That's where you have like Violent Ken, like Evil Ken, which is really sick because it brought me back when I saw it. I was like, oh shit,
Not gonna lie. Speaking of Bison though, throughout history, he's never lost that fucking smile. Motherfucker is way too excited to slaughter you.
Yeah,
every time.
He's right up there with the Joker.
And his voice has only gotten deeper as the games go by.
Yeah,
He goes from being human to demon.
Well, he is a demon. He's got demon-like powers.
He's a fucking his face. Like, we're just shocked.
Oh my god.
Waiting for that horn to pop out of his goddamn hat. What is this?
But yeah, and then Evil Ryu is from Street Fighter Alpha with the Dark Hado, and that links him in with Akuma, and it's just cool to see like those two separate characters, because those are essentially like from different timelines, really. Because like Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, doesn't intersect really with Street Fighter Alpha. It doesn't at all. You know, so it's interesting to be like, oh, these are two different characters.
But you also have to remember, with Street Fighter 2, they didn't really have a story to go with it. You have to keep that in mind as well. When the game first came out, it was just, these are the characters and you only understand stuff through like backstory and stuff. It wasn't until like Alpha and the movies where the actual canon of, you know, Ryu having to control the Dark Hado kind of came into play.
Well, after like Street Fighter 2 came out, all the success of the game, like that's when they started making the movies and stuff like that. Yeah. That's why, because that movie is old as shit. Yeah, Street Fighter 2.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of, you know, we don't speak of it, but you know, the Mario movie.
What, the Street Fighter movie?
That's my favorite freaking
movie.
With
the French guy playing the most American guy.
No. Have you never watched the Mario movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
No, Netflix had it for a little while.
That's amazing.
It was amazingly bad.
No, it was the
with Ron Jeremy playing Mario.
Yeah. But,
oh my god.
Going back, it honestly is the perfect time for Street Fighter to come back, because to a lot of the fans, 5 wasn't the best they could have done. Mm-hmm. That's why most of the fans don't play 5. Yeah, they go back.
Yeah, because like I said, at first when I bought 5, it was just very like, it wasn't. And that's the one thing I don't like, is that a lot of companies are doing. They're putting out unfinished games and then giving them updates to where it's better. Yeah, just give me the full damn game.
Division.
Oh man, triggered again. Number 5, ladies and gentlemen.
I agree with you.
Oh, yeah. False alarm.
It's
back to 4.
There's a lot of games out there that I've played purposely that it's like, oh cool, this looks great, and then go, why are you not done?
It's gonna be really nice though to just go back to the
original,
the original roots of this, especially because 30 years is a long fucking time for people who wanted what they love to come back.
Yeah.
And it's going to appeal to a new audience. Like, I never played Street Fighter because I sucked at it.
Me too.
I always watched it. But this I feel like is going to get me into it and physically get me to start playing it more. So it's nice for a new audience, but it's also obviously great for longtime users.
For nostalgia to come
Exactly.
in.
Because they're keeping all of that like old time looking graphics to it, which is really nice, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a great game. Yeah, like I think that they're taking so much care of it too, and they know what the fans want for this, so that's going to be really nice.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. But it's gonna be interesting also with like the roster and stuff. I hope they have like a huge roster.
Well, the roster is pretty much what it used to be. It was, it's the main character. The only added roster is being able to pick Akuma from the beginning, and then Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. Okay. Those are the only technically 2 additions to the game.
Remember Akuma was still a secret character?
Yeah.
I unlocked him.
Not anymore.
Now in 5, he looks like fucking a lion.
He is a fucking lion. but he's still got that face. That I gotta take a shit face.
That oh my god.
Good lord.
He's making the face.
Only you guys could have seen that.
Yeah. But no, it's good. So in conclusion, really,
the games are very much inspiring and hyping up new and old fans to come back, and Nintendo's actually grabbing their fans back instead of losing them, honestly.
Yeah.
Because with not trying to bash the systems, but the Wii tumbled most of the Nintendo's fan base for older players. Most older players didn't really like the Wii and didn't like how it worked and how you were forced to have to use the move mechanics.
Yeah. Wii U brought it back a bit.
Wii U brought it back a bit with controllers. But then Wii U really dug home when it came out with Smash. Smash 4.
Oh gosh.
But Brawl kind of
like there were some games.
Brawl was okay, but
Brawl stop.
I
Just
think
don't
they
talk
were.
about it.
I think
don't
the Wii
trip.
was.
Don't fucking trip.
Yo, son, why you tripping?
The Wii was smart to add backwards compatibility, being
Yes.
able to plug in your GameCube controllers and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it did have some good titles on it. Super Mario Sluggers, I love the Mario Baseball series, and the second one of that pretty much kind of like you can play as a whole team of Miis, which was nice, so that you can like have a whole team of Miis. But they had more characters to it, like you can play as different colored Yoshis now. Like you can have all the different Yoshis, so like a lot of people can now play as their favorite characters just in different colors and this and that. So like it was nice that they were able to add that element to the game.
I honestly feel that the Wii was a breaking point, but also was
the
test theory.
Yeah, especially
it was the can we do this?
Well, that's Nintendo's thing, is that they don't want to be set with, because Xbox and PlayStation and Microsoft and Sony, they have their thing. But that's the thing. Nintendo's like trying to stay away from that, and that's what they've been doing. It's hey, we're the family fun oriented side of gaming. Come join us, because you don't see that a lot on Xbox and PS4.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw PlayStation Sports?
Oh,
with the
God,
motion
never?
controls. Yeah, exactly.
Never.
I don't want to see that.
That would be scary.
Xbox tried to bring it with the Kinect, but that sucked.
Oh,
the only good thing about the Kinect was freaking Just Dance, and even that wasn't used much.
Yeah.
You use that more on Wii.
Speaking of Just Dance,
you know?
Star Wars Kinect.
Oh God.
Okay, that's it.
But
we're going to the dark side.
But like,
dark side.
let's not do that. Let's not do that.
You know, it's okay.
But going back to the whole testing theory on the system, like.
That's felt like to me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Nintendo with the Wii was just, maybe this will work. We'll see if we like it. And then the Wii U really just kind of incorporated. You can be using those devices, but you can also use regular controls, which was a great idea, because you can use so much stuff on that.
The only thing I can say that was a downside of the Wii U was the fact that the Wii originally had was the GameCube input that you had to buy the specific outlet for the game for the.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The worst part is being in the Americas, for example, is it was very rare to come by. The controllers weren't. The actual part to use the controllers was.
Yeah. I've just gotten that fucking part.
It's like
I got one from the Revolution, which they have an abundance of, which is that's nice to have. That they have all the stuff there. It's where I got my white controller from.
Mm-hmm.
Revolution's got a lot of good supplies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shameless plug.
Sponsored.
Shameless plug. Go for it. That should not even shameless. It's a great store.
But like if you look at it, it's that you have the Wii, which basically tried to bring motion controls, which it did, but it didn't, and they didn't perfect it. Then the Wii U came out where they kind of had some games with motion controls, but they brought in, the classic controllers and stuff. But then even the gamepad, which a lot of people were like, oh, I don't have to have my TV on for it, I could just play on the gamepad. Now we have the Switch where it's literally either the TV or the gamepad.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to...
There's no in-between.
There's no in-between. And then on top of that, you can play with motion controls. The Switch is basically the combination of the good side of the Wii and the good side of the Wii U thrown into one, but now it's portable, so now they're adding 3DS elements into it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're definitely going to see a lot less... We're definitely going to see a lot of people trying to go the route of home console and portable console. It's no longer going to be Wii U, 3DS, PS4, PS Vita. I'm going to chuck a taco at your face.
I love you.
Don't bring up Taco.
Oh God, triggered! Triggered!
All right.
Cheesy goodness. But like I was saying, though, we're definitely.
No.
I feel like we're gonna see within a lot of industries that we're gonna see a combination of portable and not portable. But I definitely feel like the Switch is definitely gonna be a step up above everything that we've seen.
It's
gonna bring Nintendo back up to a really good point of sales.
Speaking of the Switch, moment of silence for the 3DS and all the other consoles.
I'm actually
silence.
Well, no,
fucking
fine.
silence.
As Ricky jacks off the tacos in the corner.
He's in silence.
But
spreading that sour cream all over the place.
oh my no!
Okay.
Splatoon style.
No, but
Done.
I'm actually just an idea is like I'm really curious now with the Nintendo Switch is what are other companies going to do? What's Microsoft and Sony going to do?
They can't really find much to that because their try at a handheld failed abruptly.
Exactly.
The PSP was the best thing that could arguably combat the Nintendo's handhelds, but the problem was that the PS Vita was pretty much poop.
Yeah, like I'm just wondering, are they actually, because they've already had a test phase in a way, like they've already tried to see what their audience likes. Are they going to try again, or if they're just going to say, you know what, fuck it, this is what we have. Nintendo can just do whatever the fuck they want, it's going to be interesting in the next few years to see what's going to happen with those companies as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Guys, I really want some tacos.
We'll get you tacos later. God damn it, I will drop kick you.
I'll
drop kick you into a horse.
I just want everyone to know.
Into a horse.
That'll ride up to Taco Bell.
I want everyone to know that I'm looking up.
There's Ricky.
I want everyone to know that I'm looking up the Taco Bell menu as we speak.
He's never had a taco from Taco Bell.
This is
ridiculous. So like I've had burritos, like mad burritos and quesadillas, but just no
add
tacos.
the Taco Bell app to your servers, please.
Ricky will love you forever.
Hey, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Let's.
He's about to lose his mic privileges.
He's gonna. You're about to get drop kicked into a horse. Goddammit.
No, because this. Okay, yeah, I forgot.
Delete my history. It's filled with taco-related things.
All right.
I think this is the perfect time to close out this podcast. Anyone have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts?
Besides Ricky.
All the games are 10 out of 10. Ricky, you don't get a comment.
But
Ricky, if this is taco related, you're
if you stop talking about tacos, we'll give it back to you.
Are you done?
I'm feeling.
I will drop kick you into a horse. Goddammit.
I'm feeling.
Hashtag we sucks.
No. Sure comment.
So okay. So I do think that the games like there's a lot to expect.
Down, Ricky.
You know what? I feel like Danny Sixbang, so I'm just gonna. Okay.
Good guy. Anyway.
Yeah. So the games that are coming out Like, there's a lot to expect. I'm really excited about these games coming out. And we talked about everything, so we'll just see what happens. Like, it's
a pleasant mystery to find out.
Yeah, I just hope that they add more taco related content to like the.
Oh God!
No! No!
The horse! Bring the horse!
Oh God!
Welcome to the end of the podcast.
Oh!
Is it time for the outro
yet? He tried to shove Doritos up my butt.
All right, Tess, what about you?
Tess
needs to say what she has to say.
Well, just after the whole ending of 2016 and all that giant shitstorm, I mean, it's really nice to see all this awesome new content that's going to be coming out on these systems. And
It's really sad that one of my favorite games is related to 2016.
Oh, fuck.
Hashtag it sucks.
But yeah,
Hashtag life sucks.
I feel like it's just going to be really nice to be going into this new year with all this new, all these new games and this new system as well. So as they're beating the shit out of each other, that's about it on my end.
Alrighty. But yeah, like, I'm definitely excited for the Nintendo Switch. I'm excited for pretty much every single game that's going to be coming out this year. So it just feels like 2017 is going to be a great year for video games.
Well, I honestly hope so.
And I can't wait to see how the Switch will do, and honestly how every other game will do on the Switch and just outside of that. So, in closing, thank you everyone for listening. I'm Cole, otherwise known as Crimson Kramer.
I'm Ricky, otherwise known as Black Tie.
I am James, otherwise known as War Fanatic.
And I'm Tess, Japan Freak 21.
And you can find all of our stuff down in the description below, or I'll try to make it all come up on the screen. And
fancy stuff.
Oh yeah, fancy.
Oh yeah.
And with that, thank you all for watching, and good. And as always, good gaming, and God bless.
And stay crunchy.